Hi, friends. I want to talk to you about win-win or no deal and having this as a standard in your business. I remember when I was a new coach working with a couple of clients early on, people who couldn't necessarily afford my services, but were excited about what they were trying to accomplish and who I thought I could help. And I was excited to help. And I remember creating a deal with them that was unique. And it was essentially a revenue share model deal. And I was a new coach. They were new coaches. And I said, okay, well, why don't we do this? I'll coach you. This was my response to an objection. I'll coach you and help you do everything you need to design your programs and to launch your business and to run your live retreat. They were each going to run a live retreat. And I went through all the details of it. We priced the whole thing out. I helped them with every single step of the process. I taught them how to sell. I spent hours and hours. I spent well over a dozen hours with each of these people. And we agreed that they would pay a 10% commission of whatever revenue was generated from their first one or two retreats, I think, that they were planning to run. And that all sounded good to me at the time. But the problem was I couldn't control what they were going to do or not going to do. And so while I poured my heart into this and I was excited about the work we were doing together, neither one of them actually ever ran the retreat. Neither one of them ever produced a dollar. I never got paid. I created a deal that just wasn't a win for me. And it was out of this desire to work with people and out of this desire to serve and help. But in the end, it was a really poor decision. It was a deal where they won and I lost. And I also know that there have been many salespeople and many coaches who have created you lose, I win kind of deals where they, as the coach, were making sure that they were going to win, that they were going to get paid, and they were doing it at the expense of the other side. They weren't fully delivering what they promised. And it was an I win, you lose kind of scenario. And so we want to really avoid both of those. We want to avoid I lose, you win. We want to avoid I win, you lose. In fact, so many salespeople in history have created I win, you lose situations where they prioritize their commissions and the sale and their needs over the need of their prospects. And that's what's created the dynamic where people have negative stories about sales because they've had their arm twisted. They felt tricked or deceived or treated unfairly before, and they felt like the sales rep was winning at the expense of them, the prospect or the client. That's no good either. But I think that Christian coaches, in my experience, so many Christian coaches, out of a fear of creating the I win, you lose scenario or being that bad salesperson, that greedy person, they've gone the other direction too far in so many cases where they're providing all of their service for free, or they're undercharging, or they're over promising, or they're meeting with people at odd hours of the day and night, in the evening, on the weekends, even though they don't really want to, and it's not really a win for their family. They're designing programs that are not really a win for them or their family. And they're thinking about, well, when's the best time to hold a group call that's going to be ideal for my clients? And we're leaving out the side of what's the best time for me to hold a group call that's ideal for myself, for my family, for my energy, for my faith and relationship with God, for my mental health. Both sides are really important of this coin. And so I just wanted to bring to you today this idea of choosing that in business, and ideally in most of your relationships in life, if not all of them, but certainly in business, that you're going to show up and honor a win-win or no deal kind of arrangement. For us, it's a rule of engagement. I've got it on my rules of engagement behind me. It is the second to last, the seventh of 8 rules of engagement is win-win or no deal. And what that means is if you can't find a total win for you, the coach, the entrepreneur, the salesperson, and a total win for your prospect who could be your client, then don't do the deal. And this can even take some of the pressure off when it comes to handling objections and closing the sale, is to remember that, like, if it's an absolute win for you and it's an absolute win for them, then you should work together. But if it's not a win for one side or the other, there doesn't need to be any hard feelings about that, any sadness about that. It's just not the right time to do a deal right now if it can't be a win for both sides. It's okay to say no. It's okay not to make every sale or choose every single client. It's, in fact, even okay for you to fire a client if you're in a situation now as a coach where you've got some clients who are creating you lose, I win scenarios with you where they want you to lose and give them everything that they need to win, let that client go. Lovingly let them go. I just let a couple of clients go, a couple of clients that just weren't a win for me anymore. Win-win or no deal. If we show up like that with integrity and we make sure that we're honoring our prospects while also honoring our side of the deal, we're going to have a lot of success and sustainability in our business. And for those of you who are really service oriented and just giving and loving people, I totally get it. And I know it's most of my listeners. You're the most service oriented, giving, selfless, generous, loving people around. I know you, Christian coaches. If that's you, I just want to remind you that you're human. Yes, we want to be Christ-like. We want to give generously, but we've got limitations to how much we can give around our energy. We can't pour from an empty cup. We need to make sure our cup's being refilled. We need to take care of our mental health. We need to have some self-care. We need to have a little bit of self-love. We need to have important boundaries because these things allow us to have enough energy to consistently pour from a full cup and to give and give and give and give. And we're going to eventually create we lose situations if we don't fulfill on our own cup, if we don't take care of ourselves a little bit, if we don't have the right boundaries, if we don't protect our energy and our emotional state, we're not going to be able to give. And so it can be a short-term gain to be like, okay, well, I'm just going to give. But if we aren't doing it the right way, it limits our capacity long-term to give and to serve. And it actually hurts the people around us. It hurts our family. And so that's the reminder for today. Create relationships in business with your clients, with your partners, with your team members that operate under the construct of win-win or no deal commitment. I hope this is helpful. God bless you all. Have an amazing week. I hope you create win-wins. I hope you have fun running your business. I hope that you love the work. And I hope that you're serving your clients at a level that's incredibly impactful for them, creates meaningful change and transformation in their lives as well. God bless you. Talk to you soon.